Hey folks, see the head shrunk. Yeah. See that? You know why? I'll tell you why. You're going to love this. A lot of states, for some reason or another, California and Texas and I'm sure other states, and now I hear Arizona is doing it, where they send you your driver's license in the fucking mail. Okay? Well, I think that's sort of stupid. Now, they say, oh, it's to make sure that if you're wanted, they can come and find you. Well, I gotta tell you something. If the person's wanted, are they really gonna stick around that fucking long? Are they really even gonna go to the DMV and try to get a driver's license? Seriously? So this is the deal. Of course, the U.S. government put that law into effect where you had to have, a driver's license for whatever reason. That way, they could really keep track of it. That way the IRS can take everything they want from you when they want to, if you have anything to take it all. Of course, if you're a person that moves around, even though you're not a criminal, you've never done anything wrong, then parts of the government doesn't like that, and so they consider you a dweller or somebody that doesn't, do right by society. Why? Don't know. Don't know why. But they do. And they do it to you. So, what I'm getting at is this. You think about this, though. And this is what I was thinking about. So, if some motherfucker wants to take and get information, all he's got to do, go around checking mailboxes, okay? And then they can get your driver's license when it comes in the mail. Well, there is a little story. I seen this this crime thing on TV. It was it was probably about 5 or 6 years ago. I think it may not have been that long ago. There was a guy in Louisiana who was a truck driver, and he was working, and so one day he's at a truck stop and there's a guy there, and this guy is, needing some work. So he says, oh yeah, I'll give you some work. Oh man, I look really twisted. So he gives him some work, and next thing you know, the guy disappears, and the truck driver, according to the TV, said that his ID was gone. Well, and his Social Security card. So the guy goes down and replaces, the truck driver replaces it, and he goes on about his business. The following year, he gets a thing from the IRS saying that you owe us taxes, and he couldn't figure out why. Well, when he got to do his investigation, he would. The reason they say he owed taxes is because he went to this place. There's like 10 different places that he supposedly worked, and he says, "No, I've been a truck driver this whole time. I've never worked nowhere else." So then all of a sudden he gets a bunch of bills in from different places, and kind of find out they had went and got loans on him. There was loans for I believe it was an RV, and it was some personal loans and all kinds of crap. But he's getting all this shit in saying you owe this, and they ruined his credit. Well, he started looking into it and couldn't find out. Now this person that did this was not an illegal. He was American, but what I'm getting at is this. So he goes through all this shit, and he proves it to this guy by following, kept following him and trying to find him. So the IRS was after it, and he notified the IRS. So they said, oh, okay, well, it's not you, it is this person. Well, come to find out, the person was also wanted for murder. Yeah, he'd killed somebody, I guess, 15 years prior to that. And so the guy in Louisiana, the truck driver, finds out where the guy's at, and he calls, he's in some other state, and he calls IRS and says, hey, this dude's out there. It took the IRS over 30 days, according to the TV, the announcer or whoever was doing the story, said it took him over 30 days to go out there. I'm thinking, okay, I would have just called the sheriff, but you know how that goes. Anyway, they wound up catching the guy in California. And when they did, the point being I'm getting at is this. The guy in Louisiana, it took him like over 8 years, the way I understand, to get all his shit, his credit straightened out, and to get the IRS off of his ass and all this shit. You know what I mean? So this one I'm getting at, if it was an American done this to him, just think about what an illegal would do if they'd done the same thing. Either way, the IRS, the credit companies and all that doesn't give a shit. They don't give a fuck. You know, you can go up there and take 10,000 documents saying I was here and that's it, and it doesn't make a shit because they don't give a fuck. So why are these people sending your IDs and driver's license in the mail? I don't get that. All I can tell you, it's some kind of fucked up shit. Because, you know, hey, how do you know? I know it's a sort of unsupported theory, but how do you know in some of these states that they don't have people that works in the driver's license? No, not the office there. I mean, possibly in the office, but way up in the, you know, the, what is it? The capital of each state. That's got somebody that brings in illegals. And don't say it don't happen. It could. They wouldn't tell you that. The government wouldn't tell you that. But somebody's up there saying, hey, this driver's license is at this address, and it'll be coming in on this day. Right? Next thing you know, this motherfucker shows up and gets your driver's license. Well, there you go. You know what I'm saying? So they're getting your shit. And it's totally fucked up. Imagine that, like me. Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. I'm glad I got my driver's license. And it's still good. Just hope. Nobody don't get my personal information, but I don't care. You know why? Because credit companies suck. I hate having credit. I don't want credit. I have credit and it's horrible because it keeps ragging you. They send you all this shit in the mail and your emails and everything else. They want you to buy this and that, and when you do buy it, then your credit score goes to crap, so you're stuck with it. Even though I know you make those decisions, but what happens one day you go to sign for a $10,000 car and all of a sudden you lose your job, or the company you buy it from sells after 6 months to a year, sells your loan to another company, and the other company changes the agreement on it, even though they don't notify you. They got more lawyers than you do, so you're fucked. And they took your driver's license at the same time because you can't drive no more to go and pay your loan.